another car is coming in. Went to look at it this morning and already paid for it. So now I just need to pick it up. Would you drive it like a rally racer? Oh, yeah. We might need that for the video. He's gonna break something. Can you drive it, please? Yeah. It's Dad's turn. He wants to drive it. Oh my. Watch out for that. He wants to drive it. Alright, get out. Get out. Whoa. What was that? So a little bit of backstory about the car. It's a 2002 WRX, and I just got it. Found it on Craigslist actually, but then I went to Facebook and I saw he had it posted there too, so I messaged him. This guy had it listed for his son, so I said, give the son my number. So then the son texts me, and I ask him what's the main issue with it, because in the ad it says the gears are stuck. And then he said he doesn't really know what's wrong with it. It just started doing it today. So I was like, what's your best price? He had it listed for $3,000, and he said, I can do $2,000 because of the headache. So the car was like 20 minutes from me. So I was like, can I just look at it in the morning and we'll go from there? And he was like, sure. So I go there in the morning and I see it, and the shifter is stuck in first or one of the gears. And I yank it really hard, and then it goes into neutral. So what it ended up being was the clutch was stuck, but I didn't know that at the time. But anyways, I just figured it was something with the linkages or something stupid that will be easy to fix. So I was like, will you take $1,700? And he's like, sure. And he jump started it, and so I heard it run and everything. So then he took $1,700, and I paid him and came back later and got the trailer to a trailer at home. And when we went to put it on the trailer, we forgot the controller for the winch. So I was like, I'm just going to put it in gear and see what happens. So I started it, and I went to put it in first, and it wouldn't go in first or any gear. So then I shut it off, put it in first, and then started it, and then it was fine. And then I let the clutch out, and it was operating normal. So I was like, oh, the clutch is just stuck on it. So I just drove it on the trailer, and then we got home, and then I unloaded it, and then the clutch was freed up by then. I guess from me just starting it in gear and doing that, it freed the clutch up. So yeah, I drove it around my field, and yeah, it drove fine. And then I got a battery in it, drove it up the street just fine. Got into boost a little bit. Still has old gas, old oil and everything, so I didn't go wide open throttle. But yeah, it's running, driving, boosting, not breaking up. And yeah, I still can't believe that I got it for $1,700. He's posted in his ad, it has a full STI engine and transmission, and the transmissions alone are going for crazy money. So I was like, oh man, I gotta hop on this. But it's got the STI brakes, it has and the wheels, and it has the transmission, rear diff, all that, but it does not have the engine. The engine's the EJ20, so I believe it's just the original engine probably, or just a stock WRX engine. Now it's time to get to work on it. So exterior wise, it's in decent shape. I think it's been repainted before. It has like real sparkly paint. I don't know if that's stock or not, but like there's overspray there and stuff. And then clear coat's fading right here, and it's worse on the other side. And then you can see the layer of paint coming off. So it's been repainted, or at least that part has. The hood needs a buff. It's a different shade just from sitting probably. And then that needs to be painted, but no big deal. Front bumper's a little janky. This side's decent, and then it's got the clear coat peel, and then pretty substantial clear coat peel right there. That's okay. I'm assuming the whole roof is just completely faded, and that's why it's wrapped like this. And is this normal? that roof is like, it's like the thinnest metal there is, I think. The side's in pretty good shape, and then some more fading right here. Not too bad. And then the rear, nothing substantial. There's a little marking right there, spider cracking. Trunk's not aligned too good. You can see it's touching right there. And then a huge gap right here, so I need to align that. You can see in there the STI Brembos, they're dirty. Or the rotors. Rotors are, rotors still need to clean up. The car's been sitting for like over a year. So yeah, STI BBSs. STI Brembos in the front with the BBSs. Now let's go over the interior. It's got some STI floor mats, and yeah, it needs a cleaning. The seats are in good shape, they just need to be cleaned. And there's a set of STI seats local to me, but I was like, I don't know if I want to swap them or not. But yeah, it's just very dirty in here. And this seal is coming out. 149,000 miles. It has the cable for a cob, but it did not come with the access port, unfortunately. It's got this beautiful little thing that when it's running, it goes like this and it rattles. I'm already making money back, and I already got a snack, so that's good. And then here's the controller for the DCC or whatever it is. Again, I'm not a Subaru guy, but that's the controller. I'm assuming if I leave it all the way right there, that's how I bought the car with it like. So I'm assuming if I leave it right there, that's the auto mode. Hopefully. I want to get an actual controller just to make sure I'm not going to blow up the center diff or whatever. Cob shift knob. I'm going to start off by doing a visual inspection of everything, seeing if I see any leaks or anything like that, and trying to see what modifications the car has, because I really don't know anything about it. I was told that it had a STI engine and transmission, like whole drivetrain, but the engine's an EJ20, and I don't know much of Subaru stuff, but I know the USDM STIs are EJ25s. It's probably the original WRX engine, so that's just what I'm gonna think. But it does have the STI intercooler, and it's got other stuff, so let's get into it. Man, I am in here. So it has a Cobb catless exhaust. I don't even see where an O2 sensor's hooked up. Strange. It's got a Cobb intake and a Mishimoto pipe right here, I guess. Every single hose and line is Mishimoto, and yeah, these don't even have clamps, but I don't know what these are. Maybe PCV. I'm not a Subaru guy, so I don't know much Subaru stuff. But I do know I need to check the timing belt. This is my first Subaru that I'm really going to work on. I had a STI for a little bit, like a month or two, and all I did was change a power steering line, and that's it. But this one, I plan on putting all back to stock, or mostly stock, like I always do. And my brother, cameraman, or I guess cameraman every now and then, yeah, he'll probably drive it. All in all, it looks pretty solid. I mean, it drives, it runs and drives, and boosts fine, so yeah, nothing too crazy it looks like that I have to mess with. Now I'm gonna jack it up and look underneath. The valve cover on this side is a little seepy. It's nothing big. And then, yeah, stock headers. And I'm assuming there's a cat inside that one because it gets real big. And then you can see right there, stock up pipe. So I won't have to mess with all that. And there's the Cobb down pipe. And it looks to have either, I don't think that's a flex. That looks like a high flow cat. And then, yeah, just a straight like 3-inch back after that. So it's all cool. Here's the 6-speed transmission, which looks pretty clean. Looks like some janky wires were ran. Has a upgraded front and rear sway bar. If you guys know what brand these are, let me know. Maybe White Line. Oil filter, I actually tightened that up a little bit. It was a little loose. So that's concerning, but I'm gonna do an oil change anyways. From back up top, I'm gonna take this coolant tank out, and then I'm gonna take this cover off for the timing belt so I can check that and make sure it's not cracking or anything, because if it is, I'm gonna have to do that before I even take it off jack stands. One thing I really hate is these aftermarket kits for headlights and stuff, where it has these big ballasts and stuff. I guess I don't hate them, but I hate them when they're ran like this and everything's just sitting right in there like that. That's like my worst favorite thing. So I'm gonna rip all that out and just put headlight bulbs in and leave it like that. I like how easy it is to get the timing belt cover off so you can check it. LT's Xterra, you can't even really check your timing belt ever. You have to basically do the timing belt to check it. This car might turn me into a Subaru guy. Looking good? Looking good. Yeah, that belt is pretty good. Fairly new, I would say. Yeah, that's good. Don't have to do a whole timing belt on this thing. Alright, so timing belt's in good shape, so that's good. And it took me 30 seconds to check, so that's cool. Good job, Subaru.
Rolling this switch, got drink on my cup and that new 45 on my hip.